My dad's a stockbroker and my mom's a midwife.
My dad is a librarian and my mom is a photo stylist for magazines and wallpaper books, and sometimes I get to model for them. Okay, you go first, but not yet.
As a child moves into 6 to 9, they're moving into a greater social arena. Their acceptance by their peer group and their being a part of a group is very, very important, and it helps them to define themselves in a greater social context. I like the size of the school. There are a lot of students, there's a lot of teachers, there's just a real diverse background of where people have come from.
This play that I am narrating for is called The Baby's Play. These two baby children have just been born and are very tired and fall asleep the minute they touch her.
They naturally form little groups and want to work with within that group.
We're doing economic geography.
What does that mean?
It's like when you get a state and there's words and you find the stamp and you put it in the state somewhere.
What's inside that?
Like in Illinois, there's machinery, goods, livestock, dairy products, and soybeans.
So it's the things that are what?
They're the major products in that state.
The work journals are used to keep track of the students' work. It's a way for them to keep a record of the work that they've chosen to do. It's also a record for the teacher so that the teacher can look back and see if any area is being neglected.
Today I did the large bead frame, lines, dictionary work, and now I'm doing economic geography.
My name is Eddie Sullivan, and his name is Chad, Dan, and Christian, Nathan, and Zach. We're trying to make the snake go through the maze.
Did you cricket? No one put their head.
Doesn't matter. They're only crickets.
Let's leave the biggest cricket in.
Went through the hole.
Yeah. There he is.
Catch him. Put him in the
Well, there, finally. Now he's better.
Did he make it?
No, he went through. He's gonna go through the hole again.
Yeah.
Well, of course I want them to be academically prepared for the next stage. But beyond that, I hope that they have a desire to learn, a love of learning, that they have respect for other people, that they know how to work with other people, and that you can choose to do different things and you can still get along, that you don't all have to have the same ideas all the time.
Montessori spelled Montessori.
I don't know.
Montorrsi. I don't know.
N-O-N-E. Montessori.
Story stupid.
Six doesn't go into school. What goes into 6 4 times? We sit at tables. We can do whatever we want as long as it's work related, and we get to pick our own homework.
One of the most important aspects of life in the 9 to 12 class is that we're teaching the children to use their time wisely and responsibly. When they start their life in 9 to 12, we start as partners, with probably the teacher playing more of the active role. You know, you need to complete this, or, you know, let's write this down. But if you've done your job well, at the end of their time in 9 to 12, they are really doing more of that for themselves. And I think that's the greatest gift you can give them.
It's good to have freedom on working on what you want to work on. I mean, there's still due dates and stuff, as I told you, but it's just really fun. You get to choose what you want to work on.
The geometry nomenclature group is gonna meet, so.
I like history a lot, and I like math. I'm not that good at math, but I like it. I find it fun.
We have a lot of grammar lessons, and we do science quite a lot.
James Madison. I had no idea who he was until I really read about him. He's just really interesting. And then what I'm doing right now is something on ancient Rome, which is, wow, it's really interesting. The most interesting thing I've ever done.
If people want to take their costumes and put their somewhere with their other stuff, but not just
That's fine. Just don't take other people's stuff and start goofing around with it.
The biggest developmental issue is that they begin to consciously test limits and boundaries.
If you don't have rules, then it's sort of like chaos. Like if we sat on two legs of the chair for some reason, then we would break a ton of them, and then we would be standing.
They're very capable. They have a great capacity for intellectual thought. They also have the ability to discuss in great detail. They also have a great deal of compassion, and so this allows them to show a great empathy, I think, for the world and the peoples of the world.
Michael, Illinois was the funnest thing you have ever done. We're learning like the Illinois language, and we're sleeping in handmade longhouses, and that's really fun. You sleep on these big wooden boards, no mattresses. There's no streets there. It's just, you just run around, you play, and the only boundary is this one fence which keeps the goats in. We have lessons on like making pottery, and there's pottery in the main room. And we make like spindle whorls every day before we go to bed. John White, who runs the camp, takes us in this little hut, and they tell really cool stories. It's really fun and really good food.
The key to dealing with kids this age is to understand kids this age, and there's a lot of misconceptions about that. The kid seems to be able to take care of themselves and seems to be demanding a lot of independence. In reality, this is an age that needs a lot of structure, and the key is finding the right size box that they develop in. You really need to be there. You need to pay a lot of attention, but also not be stepping on their toes. The art is to know how to distance yourself and when to step in and when not to step in.
We get grades now because we're in 7th and 8th grade, and we've got desks, assigned seats. We still get work periods and stuff like that, but we have time that's like special time for math, whereas in the lower levels you get time and they say you can do anything now.
We have to provide a bridge between the Montessori experience and going into high school.
We've been going to such a different kind of school with calling our teachers by our first names, like a very personal level, and having choices. We have less choices now.
I sort of was ready for a new challenge, and I always felt like I wanted more homework when I was younger.
There's a big social aspect to being a young adolescent. You can't expect them to sit in rows and be quiet, and they have to be able to interact with each other. They have to be able to try their ideas out. We try and give them the academics that they need, but in ways that are going to engage them. Things like the sandwich shop, which is really great real life experience for these kids to run a business, and they're learning things they have no idea they're learning.
How many specials? One veggie special, two. No, how many specials? Oh, 5.
Also, we get them involved in community service. We have this indoor garden project that we've been beginning. What's real rewarding is to see somebody come in at 7th grade and really be kind of struggling with some of the things that we're doing, and then watch them just kind of develop into this young adult.
A community is like families together. A big group of people.
They're trying to do something like build a park.
The world is just a big community.
Your block, that's a community of people.
Our class is like a community.
I don't know. A community is a big group of people that either want to change something or do something to make a difference.